In today's video, I am going to teach you how to resize blocks, Squarespace 7.0. To begin, open the page where you want to adjust your content, then click Edit above the content area. This puts the page into editing mode, so you can move blocks around and control the layout more precisely. If you are trying to make a text block, image block, or another content block narrower or better aligned, this method is a simple way to do it in Squarespace 7.0. Next, click on a blank insertion point with the plus icon. This opens the block menu. From there, scroll through the list and choose Spacer. The spacer block is useful because it creates adjustable empty space on the page. You are not editing the content block directly. Instead, you are using the spacer beside it to control how much horizontal space the content can take up. Once the spacer is added, click and hold that spacer block. Then drag it directly to the left or right side of the block you want to resize. As you move it into position, watch carefully for a short vertical guideline to appear. That guideline shows that the spacer is lining up correctly next to your content block. When you see it, release the spacer block. After that, move your cursor over the invisible seam between the content block and the spacer block. You may need to hover for a moment until the cursor changes into a two-way arrow. When you see that resize cursor, click and drag left or right. This changes the width of the block by giving more or less space to the spacer. Drag slowly so you can see the layout update clearly, and stop when the block looks the way you want. If your goal is to center the block rather than just resize it from one side, add a second spacer block on the opposite side of the content. Then adjust each seam until the spacers are equal in width. When both sides match, the content block will sit centered in that section. This is especially helpful if you want a cleaner, more balanced layout. Take a moment to fine-tune the spacing until everything looks even and aligned. Small adjustments can make a big difference in the final design. That covers everything you need to know.